Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clark on YouTube. Oh no. Oh, good evening. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail and watching my video on my YouTube channel, which I hope you subscribe to by hitting the subscribe button. I have over 1,000 subscribers, and if you are not one of those 1,000 subscribers who loves Descendants and Zombies, or whoever have said that they love Descendants and Zombies, I hope you find time in clicking my subscribe button. I have shocking news. I have no tea, and I love to have a cup of tea in the nighttime because it helps settle my mind when I have a lot on it. It's a beautiful evening, the sun is set, and I unfortunately have found out that I have no tea, so I can't offer you any tea. I have chocolate chip muffins, which I'm sure a lot of you love. I probably have a flavor of a muffin that you love, but unfortunately I have no tea to offer anybody tonight, so I have to pick up some tea tomorrow. The story behind myself and tea is that I always had a cup of tea ever since I was a child. Literally every night you could catch me having a cup of tea, no matter what hour of night it was. And when I found out that the Alice in Wonderland characters were going to be joining the Descendants franchise by 2024, I was so excited about it because I was raised on tea. And there was just something about driving a side-by-side through a rabbit hole that I wanted to try. The closest I've ever gotten to driving a side-by-side would be a mobility cart the other day at the grocery store for some old lady. But I would love the opportunity to drive a side-by-side with Kylie Control's character Red because of the exuberance that she showed and exemplified in that movie. It looks quite fun. I remember being a teenager going for rides in side-by-sides with a lot of my friends, and they would drive it crazy up over mountains, and I was like, oh my god, I'm going to die. But ever since I saw that scene with Kylie Control and her mother, Rita Ora, the Queen of Hearts, driving a side-by-side through a rabbit hole, I said, that looks freaking awesome. I want to try it. I'm still putting the shout out for Disney to sign me up for Descendants 5 or Descendants 6, whatever, Zombies 5, whatever, because there are so many opportunities to tell a new story when it comes to Descendants and Zombies, both particular franchises, but they haven't answered the call yet. So maybe if you guys hit the subscribe button, I will get the opportunity to drive a side-by-side through a rabbit hole and star as a vampire slayer in an upcoming Zombies installment for the franchise. Either or, I would take what I could get. This tour, I'm looking forward to this tour too. It looks really awesome. The promotion that they're doing for different talk shows in the daytime and the evening, particularly Entertainment Tonight. They're putting together pieces for Zombies 4, Down to the Vampires, and the Worlds Collide tour. All over daytime talk shows like Kelly and Mark, and other talk shows like Entertainment Tonight. I really appreciate that. I only wish there were more videos that I could show you about Descendants and Zombies. I've got the teaser trailer lined up to go here this evening. But to be honest with you guys, I go back to that fateful night that I posted that Dove Cameron video, and it got over 1,000 views, and I woke up the next day and I was like, holy shit, over 1,000 views. And then I posted, I said to myself, you've got to be kidding me. So then I posted another Dove Cameron video, another 1,000 views. I posted another Descendants video. I posted another Zombies video, and I kept getting 1,000 views. And here I am tonight with over 2,000 subscribers, whom I don't deserve. Guys, thank you so much from one heart to another. I don't know where I'd be tonight without each and every one of you. You obviously would know rather anybody else commentating on Descendants and Zombies for you only if it was my voice. So I also want to put it out there that I would definitely narrate the opening monologue for a Descendants movie like Dove Cameron and Kylie Control have done in the past. I think I have the perfect voice for that. So either a vampire slayer in the Zombies franchise or the narrator of the Descendants franchise in the opening monologues. I think that would be great, especially with the passing of Cameron Boyce. I want to put it out there, too, that I really appreciated the tribute they had in the Descendants 4 Rise of Red movie. The installment, of course, where they paid tribute to Cameron Boyce. That was a beautiful tribute. And apparently China and McLean had a hand in deciding how they were going to honor the passing of Carlos, of course, the character portrayed by Cameron Boyce, who led up every room and every person that he ever had the opportunity to be in or work with. It was an amazing experience being a fan of Cameron Boyce, and he is someone who I can never say enough good things about. And just to let you guys know, I will be doing a couple of Cameron Boyce tribute videos coming up on this YouTube channel for the day of his passing and his birthday, which happens 4 days after mine. Mine is May 24th. His is on May 28th, so I will be here on the day of his birthday to celebrate his birthday for each and every one of you who want to join me for that. If you care to join me for that, you're more than welcome to subscribe. I have nothing but good things to say about that of a Cameron Boyce. I realize how much of an impact he had on the lives of people like Peyton List, Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, everybody they work with, even the newer cast of Descendants. And I'm going to be honest with each and every one of you, I miss him dearly. So I can kind of sympathize with each and every one of you, how you feel about the passing of Cameron Boyce, all the comments you've been leaving about resting in peace, about how much you miss him. I know what you're going through. I know what the stars of the original Descendants cast went through and how they felt like they told a story and they completed it. I appreciate that. But there is never an end to a story if you don't want it to be. And that is my answer to that. I think that the death of Cameron Boyce was only an opportunity that opened up another door to create something special for Descendants. I love the tribute in The Rise of Red, but I don't think there is ever a chance to close the book. There is always an opportunity to write another chapter, even though it seems like a story has reached its final chapter. There is so much more to tell. And there is also so much more to tell with creatures and supernatural beings for the Zombies franchise. So I think we can get past Descendants 5, we can go to Descendants 6, we can get past Zombies 4 and go to Zombies 5, Zombies 6. I don't care what these critics say about their running out of creatures. I think that is absolutely repulsive, how they are saying that, and I don't think any of us should buy into that. That's why this YouTube channel is becoming the most popular themed Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel you will find on the internet, and I intend to make it one of the best, so you can help me with that by hitting the subscribe button. I want to put it out there that you should not believe these 5-minute reaction videos that people are putting very little effort in. They put a bit of video footage from Descendants or Zombies, the two franchises, into it. They use a bit of AI, they power it up a little bit, spice it up, and then get you to hit the subscribe button every 5 seconds. They're telling you to hit the subscribe button. By the way, if you haven't hit my subscribe button, be sure to do that, because it will give you something to look forward to, because I post a lot of Descendants and Zombies content, and I actually narrate the videos, which is really cool. I believe in the power of narration. I've always had this unique ability to be able to tell a story and really bring it to life, because I know you're sitting behind your tablets and your phones and your computers, your laptops. I mean, who uses a desktop computer now? I got to be kidding myself. But I know you're sitting behind your portable devices and you're visualizing what I'm saying, so that makes these stories a whole lot more fun to tell. I've also had a history with theater. I remember years ago being involved in productions like Dracula and Phantom of the Opera. There was actually one year that I actually fell through the stage working a smoke machine for the entrance of the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera. I'm surprised I'm still alive, but I've kind of in the same boat as Kylie Control and Dove Cameron. I've always had a passion for theater. And I've had a whole lot of fun doing it, and I was always either I had a whole lot to do with the set and the special effects or the technical paralysis of theater, and I loved it. Either that or I was the curtain puller. And you guys stop laughing, because the curtain puller had a significant role. Without that guy or that person, that individual, you would not see the production. So I was either a hand in the script development, the special effects, the technical paralysis, or I was the curtain puller. But I had a whole lot of fun doing it, and I also had a chance to attend a lot of drama festivals. I can't believe for the life of me that Kylie Contrell has never seen Shrek. We're talking original Shrek. I said to myself, oh my God, Kylie Contrell has never seen Shrek? The first time I saw Shrek was in 2001, the year of its release, and I saw it in folk literature class. I wasn't very old, I was in my teens. And I've watched every episode of Shrek since, and I'm looking forward to Shrek 5, which will debut in theaters Christmas 2026. I am going. So the question I have for each and every one of you is, who's going with me? You know, who's going to be watching Descendants and Zombies? Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires in July with me. I want to know that. I'm looking forward to both franchises, and I'm looking forward to them setting Disney Channel and the Disney Plus on fire. Because with all this criticism it's receiving, it should set Disney Channel and the Disney Plus on fire and shut these critics up forever. I hope at the end of all of this, when the dust settles and the smoke clears, there is nothing but good things to say and probable things to say about the futures of these stars, which I wish all the best for. And I hope there is nothing but good things to say, because we've heard so much in the way of negativity. And the movies aren't even released yet. The Worlds Collide Tour hasn't even happened yet. I mean, you look at the schedule for these stars, especially these actresses, which I really feel for, on stage for 43 arena dates beginning in San Diego, California, as early as July 17th. So they pretty much got the whole summer and part of the fall, a portion of the fall, booked up. Respect to you guys, especially the girls going on stage, because Disney really does not treat their stars fairly, and I just want to put that out there. They are definitely underestimating the potential of these stars. They realize the potential, but they are underestimating them in their own right, because they expect someone 8 years old to be an adult. And here's the thing. I know they're older than 8 years old, but I mean, when you expect somebody 8 years old to be an adult, you're expecting a little bit too much. Your expectations are a little bit too high, don't you think? I really feel for them. I wish them all the best on tour with 43 Arena that's scheduled this summer, along with all the appearances they're going to be doing for Fox News, daytime talk shows, evening shows like Entertainment Tonight. Absolutely beautiful stuff. When I first fell in love with the Descendants franchise about 10 years ago, July 31st, 2015. If my vampiric memory serves me correctly, I was one of those guys that used to be in the back of the classroom. When the teacher would ask a question, I would immediately know the answer, and I would be seen raising my hand. Ooh, 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 pick me, pick me, pick me. And he would pick everybody else out. They would be stupid and play the role of the idiot, and I would answer the question. And then the teacher would look in the back of the book trying to prove me wrong, and I had a whole lot of fun being the one who was right all the time. But I remember the date vividly in my head, kind of like how I remember the date of Batman Returns from 1992. And you're saying to yourself, shut up talking about Batman, keep talking about Descendants. Batman was cool back in 92. But this is the thing, July 31st, 2015 was when Descendants premiered. I remember the first trailer of Descendants. I wish I could find it on YouTube. It is nowhere to be seen. Where they had the original Disney villains side by side with the VK kids, Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, Cameron Boyce, and they were discussing the inspiration for them portraying the villain's kid next to the animated version of the character. So Dove Cameron would be next to Maleficent. Jay would, of course, be next to, Boo Boo Stewart would be next to Jafar. Evie would be next. Sophia Carson would be next to the Evil Queen. It was a beautiful, beautiful trailer. And I said, this movie is going to be absolutely amazing. And it definitely proved a lot of the critics wrong, because originally it was supposed to have been just an action-adventure. And from somewhere out of nowhere, here comes Kenny Ortega, and because of his experience with musicals like High School Musical and Hocus Pocus from years ago, all the way back to 1993, when I was in elementary school watching Hocus Pocus for the first time and thinking the portrayals of Vanessa Shaw and Beth Midler as these witches and these characters for Hocus Pocus were absolutely incredible, second to none. They turned what was supposed to have been an action-adventure into an action-adventure musical because of Kenny Ortega's experience, and they blew it up. Man, I think this is the most successful franchise since at least High School Musical, if not the most successful franchise of all time. Now, obviously, High School Musical holds the record for being the most successful and revered musical and Disney Channel movie in history, because if not for the success of that one, every other project for Disney Channel series or movie, whatever you talk about, would have faded off into obscurity. Now, I know it's nowhere near the credibility of Hannah Montana, High School Musical, Wizards of Waverly Place, but it is still good. And everybody has a reason for loving it, and I have all the respect in the world for each and every one of you for being here, because Descendants and Zombies is what's made this YouTube channel explode, and it is what we love, and it's what's brought us all together. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. I was just a geek that loved Disney and pro wrestling. That's all I ever was. On August 15th, 1999, my first podcast premiered. I didn't know if it was going to be a huge success. It was when I was talking about pro wrestling 30 years ago. And I relaunched my YouTube channel after I thought I was done in 2018, when I thought I had hung up the headset for the final time. I relaunched my YouTube channel after a lot of convincing was done on the part of a lot of the friends I had and a lot of the people who used to produce my shows. I was actually talking to one of the guys that used to produce my show about a year and a half ago, and he said, maybe you haven't told your story the way that you wanted it told. Maybe you haven't completed it yet. Maybe there's one more chapter for you to write. And maybe your fans would love to hear from you. So, I kind of shut the idea down for what felt like forever. I was sitting at home one night watching Dove Cameron on Liv and Maddie, because we all know how big that show was and how much of a fan I was of Dove Cameron. God, I love Dove Cameron to death, and I even love Kylie Control more than ever now. And I finally gave in. I relaunched my YouTube channel with some stupid name, Jonathan CL Live, and I went to bed one night after posting a Dove Cameron video. Woke up with 1,000 views, as I've said. Here we are. Guys, thank you so much. I don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. I may only have 1,600 subscribers, which you can help me out with, but even if I only have 1,600 subscribers, and that's where my subscriber count ends, the 1,600 subscribers plus that have subscribed to this YouTube channel, I have the best fans in the world. I don't care how many fans somebody else has talking about Descendants and Zombies in the stupid way that they do. I have the best fans in the world, and you guys are what makes this YouTube channel happen. Without you guys, this YouTube channel can't exist. So if you take a minute to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, or share the video, I would really appreciate that, because that will allow me to make more YouTube videos that will eventually allow me to be monetized. Not that I care about being monetized, but I put a lot of money behind this YouTube channel. $4,200 later, a Logitech Brio, which is one of the best web cameras you can purchase. I got new LED lights for this YouTube channel, like you can see back there. A new game chair I'm purchasing in a couple of weeks. I bought a new microphone, professional podcasting microphone, to make all this happen for each and every one of you, because I believe in it just as much as each and every one of you do. Kylie Cantrell is such a beautiful person, is she not? I say she's a beautiful person time and time again because of how much of an effort she makes to connect with her audience, with her fans. I love the hell out of Dove Cameron and Kylie Cantrell so much for just being there for each and every one of you, like more celebrities who have worked with Disney in the past and even the present time should do that. I wish Ruby Rose Turner would make more of an effort to connect with her fans the way of a Dove Cameron or a Kylie Cantrell and Amelia Baker even, because we never see enough of it. I remember seeing a lot of photos and videos that were posted up on D23.com. If you haven't seen them, check them out, at these meet and greets where the Descendants stars were there. I believe they even performed, I could be wrong on that assumption, but I believe they performed at the D23 convention recently, and they got a huge review for it. And they did a lot of press for Descendants and teased a lot of stuff that was posted on D23.com. I appreciated that, but I think that we need more stars like Dove Cameron and Kylie Cantrell. Now, I know we will never see stars like that ever again come through the doors of Disney, because that's long surpassed us. But if anything, the legacies of Dove Cameron, and more especially Kylie Cantrell, will forever be solidified now for this unbelievable way they've connected with their fans. I can only wish that I could connect with each and every one of you the same way that Kylie Cantrell does. Through Instagram, through TikTok, obviously with the help of her producers and her father, who was a huge influence behind every bit of success that Kylie Cantrell has seen ever since the days of Berserk and Raven's Home when she was 12 years old. Since then, she sold over 14 million copies of an EP. My God, I mean, I can only hope that I could sell 14 million copies of an EP. I can only hope that I could get 14 million views on one video and 14 million subscribers. In 1 year, I believe in less than 1 year, Kylie Cantrell had over 500,000 views on YouTube. Now, in 1 year, that's actually quite possible. I had over 120,000 views put up on this YouTube channel, but I couldn't get those 120,000 views if not for each and every one of you. Cool thing is about this YouTube channel, I still have a lot of the original subscribers who are still subscribed to this YouTube channel, some of the first 150 subs that I had, and I can never thank you guys enough for still being here and holding on to what you believed in so much, whether that be Descendants or Zombies. It's been an absolute incredible experience for me, and it's been a huge honor for me just being here, being able to talk about everything. I mean, I go all the way back to shows like Berserk, which seemed to become Disney's answer to iCarly. Coop and Cammy Ask the World eventually became Disney's answer to iCarly also, but I think Berserk became their answer first off. And Kylie Cantrell did a great job with her recurring role on that series. And then, I believe she was Tessa on that show. I could be wrong with that. Then from there, she goes to shows like Gabby Duran and The Unsittables, which were shows that ended long before its time. Coop and Cammy was another one that ended long before its time. 2 seasons does not do a Disney show justice. Even 4 seasons doesn't do a Disney show any justice. You had to get past 4 seasons. Bunked eventually did it, but it was because they had new cast members after Peyton List left in 2018. And I missed Peyton List incredibly, although she did a great job on Cobra Kai on Netflix. I think that these shows were shows that ended long before its time, and they had so many incredible actresses from at least 2014 to 2018 after stars like Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez had hung up their hats. But I have come to the conclusion that we will never see stars like that ever again. And that is not criticism on my part, that is just reality. We will never see stars in the way of a Kylie Cantrell, a Dove Cameron, or even a Ruby Rose Turner ever again, whose birthday is on October 16th, and I will be celebrating that. And Kylie's birthday happens on June 25th. She'll be 20 years old. Both of them will be, and I'm going to be covering their birthdays too. I don't think there's anything that I don't know about Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner. I was huge fans of those girls, and I know how much you idolize them, and I know how much these Descendant stars mean to each and every one of you. And I think that's what makes these videos different from everybody else who narrates their thoughts on Descendants and Zombies, because they're doing it for the money, they're doing it for the monetization, and they're doing it for the attention. I'm not doing it for the attention. I share in the same passion and the same loves for Descendants and Zombies as each and every one of you. That's why I know about Meg Donnelly's mother's battle with cancer, her battle with anxiety and panic attacks. That's why I know how Kylie Control felt about a lot of things like her relationships in the past and how she had her heart broken countless times. And when I heard about Dove Cameron going through everything she did with Ryan McCartney, it broke my heart 100 times over. So when I found out that all you guys love Descendants and Zombies as much as what you loved Hannah Montana years ago, probably even more, I said to myself, I wanted to create something special for each and every one of you, and I believe that I've created something that's brought us all together. And you can show that it's brought us all together by hitting that subscribe button, because when you do that, you push me further out into the YouTube algorithm. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with how the YouTube algorithm works, every like and every subscriber helps the YouTube algorithm pick these videos up, and someone else who loves this content as much as what you do for finding the video can also find the videos, can also subscribe, and help this YouTube channel thrive. And I love the thought of this YouTube channel thriving, because I never thought I'd get 500 subscribers, much less 1,600 subscribers. We're almost to 2,000 subscribers, and when I get to 2,000 subscribers, I will acknowledge them in an upcoming video that I will be posting on this YouTube channel, though I'm a little under 400 subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers, but that does not mean that we can't get there, because there's a lot to say where it goes with Descendants and Zombies, because this is an opportunity for Disney to both create and expand, and for the 10 million people that love it so much, you deserve that. If you deserve anything, you deserve nice things said about Descendants and Zombies, and I don't think you hear enough of it. I honestly mean that from the bottom of my heart, from one heart to another, from my heart to yours. You never hear enough good things about Descendants and Zombies. You have heard a lot of criticism about it, but you never heard enough good things about it, and that's what I want to give to you guys. So what I'm going to be looking at in this video is the teaser trailer for the unveiling of the title of Descendants 5, which of course is, if you haven't heard already, who hasn't heard already, it's called Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. That title is very difficult to remember and very difficult to say on times, very difficult to roll off the back of your tongue, but I love this title. I love how so many people immediately took to social media, started making YouTube videos, TikTok videos, videos for Instagram, started immediately talking about it when they knew nothing about it. All they knew was the name of the movie, and they started making videos about it like they knew everything. And I'll be honest with each and every one of you. I don't know everything. I'm excited to find out what I don't know about it. And I'm going to be like each and every one of you, sitting in front of the TV on Disney Plus watching Dawn of the Vampires. I'm watching Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. Because I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is they're going back in time. They changed the course of history, and they have to face the consequences of time alteration. And if you're like me, you've watched every episode of Phineas and Ferb, and you know tampering with time, you can expect consequences. Which means they are screwed. How they are going to fix it, I don't know. I'm like each and every one of you, and I'm excited to find out. Because when you tamper with time, there is always consequences, but there's always this opportunity to create something special. And with the entry of characters like Robin Hood's son, that's going to be really exciting. I'm still waiting on Hercules' son to make an entry into this. I could play Hercules' son. I could be Red's new love interest. But only you guys can make that happen by hitting the subscribe button. Kylie Control looks awesome in whatever role she's been in. I mean, I remember watching her on the High School Musical, the series, TV series. I remember watching her on Raven's Home as Jasmine. She had this habit of having reoccurring roles on TV shows before she ever landed the opportunity to be Gabby Duran on Gabby Duran and the Unsittables, where she babysitted aliens. I've been trying to get abducted by aliens for years. It has not happened yet. I remember being a teenager, sitting out on my front lawn. Mom would think I was crazy, looking up through the window saying, "Jonathan, what are you doing?" And I'd look up after lying on the lawn for probably 15 minutes at the stars saying, "Mom, shut the window. I'm trying to get abducted by aliens, for God's sake." And it never happened, and by 10:30, 11 o'clock, I would come in so depressed, I'd eat probably about 25 donuts, drink 3 cups of tea, and fall asleep. And try doing the same thing again the next night. Stop laughing. Everybody's tried to get abducted by aliens. No matter who you are, I don't care who you are. You've tried to get abducted by aliens, and Gabby Duran and the Unsittables only drove home the point that it is possible for it to happen. I really appreciate how Disney makes dreams seem achievable, no matter how unachievable those dreams may seem to be to obtain, and the messages behind Descendants about how anything is possible and you should stand up for what you believe in, and more importantly, stand up to your bullies, and gave us courage to do it. I remember how Dove Cameron and Kylie Control were always tweeting out about standing up for what you believe in and your bullies. Dove Cameron talked about bullies in this one specific tweet on Twitter at the time before it became X. This fan met her at a meet and greet. She said, "Thank you so much for your inspiring words. I took your advice and now I have the power and I feel encouraged enough to stand up for what I believe in and stand up to all my bullies." And they had a hug. I found that so incredible. And it just goes to show how much of an inspiration these Disney stars have been to each and every one of us. Believe it or not, some of these stars actually had to change schools, like Sophia Carson, because they were victims of bullying. I myself was a victim of bullying. I know how hard it is to be pushed into a locker, to be made fun of, to be called stupid names that you don't even really know what to make sense of, to be in these situations that you can't understand why you're in those situations. And my heart goes out to each and every one of you who are victims of this kind of thing. But I also support Disney for really driving home the point that we don't have to be victims anymore, and we can have the power and we can have the courage to stand up for what we believe in. And that's what the power of theater and studying it, that's what the power of folk literature, and that's what the power of these movies and these very powerful messages have told us for the last 10 years. So if there's an anniversary we should be celebrating, it's the debut of Descendants back in 2015. It should be the debut of Zombies back in 2018, which happened a couple of days after Valentine's Day. I remember the premiere of Zombies and how big that was and how much promotion, how much hype was put behind that. I found that to be a very strange and unorthodox concept for Disney, but when I got used to it and I heard music for the first time, remember that opening number for the Zombies movie in 2018 called My Year? Beautiful, beautiful song to introduce us to the characters of Ed and Addison and their significance for this franchise. And we also had songs like Ways to be Wicked, Rotten to the Core, that opening number for the Descendants movie franchise. Beautiful numbers. So when you talk about songs like Rotten to the Core, My Year, and Ways to be Wicked, very powerful numbers that drove home significant points and really illustrated points that we've carried with us for years. If anything, these Disney Channel stars have been inspirations to so many people. That's why we've seen so many Halloween costumes now for Descendants, and why stars of Descendants have inspired so many millions of people to dress up as Bridget and Red for Halloween. And I'm still waiting for girls dressed up as Disney characters to show up at my door, because I just love the whole idea of, what is that loud noise? I think this house is haunted. Doors slamming? I've said for years this house is haunted, although it has not been proven yet. I still have to do a lot of investigating. I've only moved in here for over a year, and I hear a lot of banging in the nighttime. So hopefully I'll be able to record a lot of Zombies videos and discuss that further on a lot of upcoming videos on this YouTube channel. You're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clark, man, you're really into what you do. I really am, because I share the same passion and the same love for each and every one of you for Descendants and Zombies. I love Dove Cameron. I love Kylie Control. I think I love Kylie Control more, though, because of just how passionate she is about the character Red and how she really brought that character to life, because nobody else could have done it as effectively as what Kylie Control did. And I will say that for an eternity over this microphone, because I really adore people like Kylie Control and Dove Cameron who go out of their way to bring these characters to life. And here's how I stand about the Dove Cameron situation, saying they told the story and they completed it. While that may be true, there is always an opportunity to write another definitive chapter, and that's what the characters of the Rise of Red franchise, Jennifer Fang, Kylie Control, Mila Baker, Ruby Rose Turner, have done. Dove Cameron can take her ball and go home, but as long as we have Kylie Control and Mila Baker to bring this one to life, can't forget about Ruby Rose Turner, because I love her to death. As long as we have them, we can't ask for very much more. And we have every reason in the world to be happy and to be excited for the Worlds Collide Tour in July, kicking off with 43 arena dates, and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, love Meg Donnelly to death. And of course, Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, which I will show you the trailer of now. Don't forget to hit my subscribe button. I have to go out and buy more tea because I ran out of tea, but before I do that, what do you say we watch this trailer together? Don't forget to hit my subscribe button.
Should we tell them by next time? We've got huge news for you guys. The title for the next Descendants movie. Ready? Descendants Wicked Wonderland!
I would have loved to have seen all of your reactions for the Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland revealing when it was first released on YouTube. When that 30-second teaser was dropped on the Descendants TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X accounts, all social media platforms exploded with comments, likes. It was unbelievable. And I would have given anything to be right there with you guys and seen all of your reactions, because I would imagine your reactions would have been priceless. You were so excited about it, weren't you? I was so excited about it. I freaked when I saw the teasers for Descendants and Zombies, the Descendants trailer for Wicked Wonderland, and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. I freaked. And I said, oh my God, I need to make a YouTube video. And I did. And that's not the last time you will see the teasers for Descendants and Zombies. You just have to watch for them in the videos I'll be making, because I'll be showing them a lot of times leading up to the premieres of Dominant Vampires, which I'm really excited about. Come to think of it, it's really dark outside, and I have to board up my doors and windows, and I soon have to go on vampire hunting shift. I get off every morning about 4:30 a.m. and I come in through the window, I jump on this podcast, and I tell you about it. That's why I'm dressed in black, the diamond shirt. I have to go on vampire hunting shift, and I am a vampire slayer by night and podcaster by day. That's how I live. But in all honesty, stop laughing. In all honesty, thank you so much for all your love and support you've given this YouTube channel. I am excited about Descendants and Zombies, and I'm going to go watch pro wrestling now and get ready for the premieres of this and be prepared to take on a whole lot of zombies. That's what I'm going to go do while you hit the subscribe button and give me 1,000,000 likes. Hit me up with so many subscribers, this YouTube channel explodes. Cast your own little spell. Abracadabra, 1,000,000 subscribers. Guys, never enough kindness can be spread in this world. There is somebody in your life that wants a bit of kindness, looks for a bit of kindness every single day, and you never know how far kind words can go and how far it can touch a person's heart until you try to spread a little bit of kindness. So my recommendation for each and every one of you, every single day, there's somebody sitting behind you on the school bus or in front of you or behind you in your class every day who wants a little bit of kindness. You might not know it, but they do. And if you tap them on the shoulder and you went on your way to say something nice, you don't know how much of a difference you could make in their life every single day and every single time that you do it. So why don't you try it? Guys, let's go spread some kindness. I'll do this again for you in a couple of days. Be kind to one another. Bye, YouTube. We will do it again in a couple of days.